Hi everyone, Scorp here, starting a new playthrough of Duelist of the Roses Gemini. Somebody had asked me to challenge myself by playing through with rocks, so here's a rock deck. Go ahead and save over whatever was on the memory card before, which is probably the last run. We can go and look at our deck here. We should be able to make Mystical Sand pretty easily. Not too bad of a deck. I mean, honestly, it's pretty good. For a start, I don't know why we have a Bright Castle, but we have a Bright Castle. I guess to go with our Prismans, but I mean, we even have a way to change terrain. It's pretty good. This looks like a pretty solid deck. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see. We saved, so let's go back to title. One of the best things about rocks, like entirely the best thing about rocks, is leveling up your deck leader. Like, absolutely the best thing about rocks. So, we're gonna first off go ahead and do one duel against ourselves. Hopefully, the AI plays a Mystical Sand or something, which we'll be able to grab from it. That would be the goal. That's a good sign. It could also be a Stone D. What did he just... Oh. Our hand is significantly better than his. Oh yes, that's not a big enough dragon. Played a Handle Necromancer turn 1? Interesting choice. Fused out something. I like when they fuse. It's good. Good for me. That's a dragon zombie. Ooh, that's good for me. I would like to grab an extra weather control. If I can. He hasn't played a single equip. He hasn't played a Mystical Sand. He hasn't played, you know, a bunch of cards that I'd actually like him to play. I should kind of let off the aggro on him so he can actually, you know, play some spells. Well, he just played two equips, so at least one of those has to be a... Oh, actually, because it has to be both Invigoration and Spring, because otherwise it would have been a Bright Castle. Is there an Illusionary Gentleman in this deck? Just odd. Oh, there goes the creature that he put multiple equips on. How do I kill him the quickest here? I'm just gonna pass. I'd really like him to fuse out a Mystical Sand. This is not fusing out a Mystical Sand. Pass again. And then... that paralyzes my creature, which is good for me, because that means... oh no, it didn't paralyze my creature. Dang. Okay. Okay, we're just ending this. This is just a waste. I'll take the Spring of Rebirth and move on with my life. I think this gives bonus experience, but I don't even know, so might as well do it. Okay, so we're gonna have to do another duel just to get Mystical Sand. But we're gonna make sure that we can get Spring of Rebirth. Although I don't... oh, I see it. Never mind. That's not it. That's it. Giant Soldier of Stone's really good. Oh, actually, I want Weather Report. There we go. Okay, we'll play them one more time. Hopefully they fuse into either Stone D or Mystical Sand, preferably Mystical Sand. It's easier for me to make Mystical Sands. Although Stone D is kind of easy to make, so... okay, what did he fuse into this time? He didn't dump it at least, so... hey, a Mystical Sand. And I can't beat it. It is very unfortunate. Stone Ghost doesn't count as a pot, right? Nope. Okay. I think Illusionary Gentleman works for a fusion. Yeah, it does. But... trying to remember why I put... Illusionary Gentleman does work for a certain fusion, so it's not too bad. It works for the Ushioni fusion, I believe. Well, my opponent just went fusion happy there. Oh, he made his own Ushioni. I have not drawn a single equip. My opponent has somehow kept up with me in terms of cards usage, which is kind of impressive. I am just straight digging through my deck. We would regardless eventually get Mystical Sand, but I don't care to wait that long. Shoddy would give it to us for sure. There's the Ushioni fusion. It's a pot plus a level, like, 5 spellcaster or something. Or at least, like, a 1500 plus spellcaster. Also, they have to be dark. It's a pretty hard set of conditions. Also, I believe I made Invitation to a Dark Sleep not work for it, so that Grandpa wouldn't accidentally use it. This fusion doesn't work in this game. In Forbidden Memories, that would have made Komori Dragon, and then Komori Dragon would have definitely fused to make the Stone D. In Forbidden Memories, you could have just straight up done that. But you have to remember there's some weird rules for fusions in this game. A double fusion. Impressive. He just left the Ushioni in attack mode, huh? This man is trying to get through his deck faster than I am. It's impressive. I do need to be careful about filling his graveyard too much. Hey, a Mystical Sand. That just basically means that I need to kill him quickly. Oh well, we're not going to kill him very quickly, but... Although, he has put 2 Mystical Sands in his graveyard, so... We're doing alright in that metric. I'm going to wait a turn because it's pretty easy for me to summon into his face and just clock him. I'm gonna take this hit. This is, what, second lieutenant? Yeah. Okay. I win next turn, so... This hit from Mystical Sand doesn't matter too much. However, I would like to get that Mystical Sand if I could. Guess I'm not getting that Mystical Sand. It can kill the Destroyer Golem. Or he can just lose. Hey, Mystical Sand got another promotion. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and grab Mystical Sand. That's not a Mystical Sand. That's a Stone D, that'll work. There's a Mystical Sand. And let's finish off with an Invigoration. That's not the Invigoration I wanted. There it is. Cool. That's all the cards I really wanted. Now, the next part I'm not going to bore you guys with too much because it's going to take, like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And y'all don't need to see that. These Wicked Dragons are useless since they don't fuse well. Hannibal Necromancer definitely needs to come out of my deck. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I can just remove. Sandstone can come out. Yeah. I don't think Dragon Zombie actually fuses as a zombie in this game, which is unfortunate. So, good enough. That's a good way to start. I'll show the setup here. I'm going to pretty much speed through this, though. Just because you guys have probably seen me do this all the time. I'm going to try to play out as many Mystical Sands as I can, and then use that to level them up, right? Face up, they gain 4 experience a turn. I don't know how many Stone Ds I can leave on my field and still maximize the Mystical Sand count, so I don't know how many Mystical Sands I can actually play. Looks like it's quite a few. So I'm just going to play through my entire deck as fast as I can. Could be much faster. If I had remembered, as I never do, to increase the summoning power per turn to 12, which is something you should do if you were doing this. And there's no more females in my deck, so this is what it'll have to be. I'll be back in, I don't know, 15 minutes when I'm done leveling Mystical Sand, so BRB. Okay, I just finished up the last one of those duels that I was going to do. And we got our Mystical Sand promotion. So I'll go ahead and kick Mystical Sand out of the deck and then add it back in as a deck leader. And we can literally just throw in anything we want. Technically, you could fuse Wicked Dragon into Hannibal Necromancer and then fuse that into to make a Stone D, but I'm not really going to go towards the Stone D side of this. Stone D is pretty good. Both of these are just equally good deck leaders, so I don't worry about the difference between the two. But now that we have that, we can just go beat up Taya. So in 20 minutes, we've upgraded our deck, we've given ourselves an extra couple equips, and we've managed to upgrade our deck leader. That took like 10 minutes, so since I can use super speed. So in all that, we got ourselves a good deck leader, and we got ourselves a couple extra equips. Bright Castle's going to have to come out of the deck at some point. It's just how it is. This deck is gonna do this for a long time. Although we can get some good females from Taya here, so... Oh hey, and she played Invigoration for us. I don't really mind if this weather control gets blasted, because it's going to be super, whatever it attacks it is going to get super blasted by this giant soldier of stone. Also, it changed the field for us, so we're going to be in great position because of that. Oh. Well, sometimes you just draw even better, and... there is absolutely no competition for Taya at this point. You definitely don't need to become this strong to beat up Taya. She played Neko Gal, which is not even useful for me. Unfortunately, we need level 4 plus females, which is actually kind of hard to get. I'm going over and making sure that I get Mystic Capture Change, or is it Binding? I forget which one. It's Binding Chain, yeah. I'm just doing the fusion to get rid of cards. There's pretty much no benefit for that. Hey, a Dark Witch, we can put that in the deck. We could also use passwords to upgrade our deck. It'd be quite easy to make our deck stronger with passwords. It was pretty much a bait just to get the Neko Gal onto the Wasteland terrain, so that now I can hit it even harder. Hitting her for 2,000 through a creature is pretty good. Oh, and a Goddess of Whim that decided that it didn't want to play. Uses this effect to set its attack and defense to 0. Oof, that's pretty brutal. Quite the low roll there. So the big thing that we really want is the Invigoration. We got it. Everything else doesn't really matter. Dark Witch could be put in the deck, so we could go for that. Key Mace isn't going to get used, but... you could use Key Mace plus another weak female to do a double fusion to go into Mystical Sand, I guess. If you wanted to go that way. So, go ahead and save. We'll add that Invigoration to the deck. We're just going to take out the Bright Castle because it's just going to get dumped. I don't need Binding Chain. It's kind of okay. It wouldn't be bad to put it in the deck. Put it that way. I will put in Key Mace, though. I want to get rid of some of these level 4 cards that just I don't want to play. so I might as well put that in. Also, I do want to say that people have given several suggestions for challenge runs to do next. My next run's going to be a Fiend playthrough. I think I'm going to try to do it on Chaos Mod, because I've already done a Fiend playthrough on Gemini. I'll eventually do a Clown playthrough / Toon Fiend playthrough. That should be pretty easy. Fortunately, though, that starter deck is exceedingly good. Well, this sure is an opening hand. It's not an opening hand I really wanted to see, but it's an opening hand. Ugh. Do remember that this guy has open card. It's a fact that I forget all the time. I am just discarding cards to get down to my good fusion material. So I really don't want to try to win this duel with the best card being a Destroyer Golem. Maybe the very end of this episode is just going to be me putting in some passwords. Well... I drew a female, finally. Fortunately, I got rid of the binding chain that I was going to fuse it with. Oh hey, there we go. Honestly, how do I want to do this? Oh, I see that somebody has a block attack. So what we're gonna do, go like this. We're gonna pass our turn. Gonna hope he continues to do nothing. Going to do this. Then on top of that, I am going to fuse this. Actually, I should fuse the Hanawa, so it's only 2's cost, and then I can do the 4 cost fusion next turn. Okay. Ooh, that's... I could potentially have some fun with that. But regardless, for right now, play a second Mystical Sand. This here, put this here, move my deck leader here. We're in pretty good spot to win this duel. Yes, I have a very big Mystical Sand here. I kind of wanted to go grab the Fire Reaper, but if he's not going to cooperate, he's not going to cooperate. Maybe he will. Now he just moves his creature over, and then I kill it, and I win the duel. Cool story. Yeah, my leader power is really, really strong. Not having to deal with traps is exceedingly strong. Like, it's absolutely broken. Having increased resistance for same-type friendlies is super nice. None of these cards are Invigoration, so I don't care about any of them. So let's get the block attack 3 in a row, I guess. Oh, hey, we got a Chakra. Sweet. Oh, there's a card we're not going to put in our deck. Honestly, I don't think there's any 3 in a row we actually want. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's save here. I am going to put in a couple passwords, because there's no point in not. I'm just tired of the utter inconsistency that is this deck. I'll grab some dragons that work for fusions, as well as some more females, and put those in the deck. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.